They want people who were elected, who campaigned, who met with the people, their constituents, during a campaign season, who made speeches, who connected with people. Not a senator who was appointed, just came out of the shadows, just came from their house. It is a mockery of what our founding fathers intended this land to be, a democratic republic. It is a mockery of the Senate, which was meant to be a representational body for the people, not the executive. It is an embarrassment to the American people that we see such foolishness, such autocracy, such idiocracy on this floor today. That we see not elected individuals, but appointed individuals appointing other appointed individuals to the Senate. Mind you, the same Senate that confirmed this appointed individual to their office. Mind you, the same Senate that agreed for them to become the nation's, to be employed to the nation's second highest job. Now this person is trying to backtrack and trying to, I assume, grant favors to their party. I assume try to usurp a people's senate. The answer is still unbeknownst to me or the American people. I will end off with this. Our founding fathers embarked on a journey for a better nation.
Parliamentary inquiry.
Senator from, Massachusetts will state his parliamentary inquiry.
How much more time does said person have?
I believe leadership has an infinite amount of time, basically.
Lord.
That is correct.
Thank you. I'm closing this off. I'm just going to end off with this, like I said before. When our founding fathers embarked to create a nation, they started off with we, the people, in order to form a more perfect union. They established the Congress, which would be a direct representation for the people. They declared that no one man, shall have the sole power. But yet, what we see here is nothing short of an affront to our founding fathers' vision, is nothing short of an insult to what they wanted to see in the future of this nation. We instead see what we tried to declare independence from over 200 years ago, a king and a tyrant. I say this to my fellow Americans, and I say this right now. As long as I'm standing on the Senate floor, I will continue to call out the GCP, and I will continue to call out the frank tyranny that is happening within the United States Senate. With that, I yield.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Yields to the minority leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's funny that only the Senate Democrats could try and make something that is constitutional unconstitutional. The undoubtedly inherent political spin onto the process that was taken. It's grotesque, really, because the vice president, within the constitutional bounds of his office, appointed members to the Senate to fill vacancies. Would it not be disenfranchisement to just let those seats go vacant? I will read for you the text of the article from the first article, third section, and I believe it is the second clause of our United States Constitution. If you will allow me but a minute to find that. So yes, here it is. First article, first article, third section, second clause. When an incumbent in the Senate shall vacate their seat before their term is ended, the Vice President of the United States shall appoint an individual who shall meet the membership requirements of the chamber to serve for the remainder of the seat's term. So I ask, where's the criminality? Where's the unconstitutionality? How is this tyrannical? Because quite frankly, I don't find it to be so. Let's be clear. It would be criminal to leave those seats vacant. We've seen that there have been resignations in this chamber. Is it criminal to fill those? Is it criminal to allow the citizens of the states to be with representation rather than without? I don't think so. I think the vice president is doing the right thing by appointing individuals. It's not like the vice president is unconstitutionally creating new seats to jam the Senate, so to speak, to pack the Senate, like we've seen in history where a president had the idea to pack the Supreme Court. So I ask, where is criminality? It's not here. You're not going to find it here. It's not the GCP doing something that's wrong, because there is no GCP. I'm disappointed in our other side in the Senate, in the United States House of Representatives, for trying to make something that isn't. It's a goose egg. It's wrong that we're trying to pursue something that isn't. And now, Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that Senate Resolution 14 be marked red 3 times, and that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table, and that the resolution be agreed to.
Point of information.
Without objection is so ordered.
Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator from South
Mr.
Carolina will
President.
say his point of information.
Mr. President, I was going to ask what this resolution was pertaining to, but since we want to be petty,
Point of order, Mr. President. I still have the floor.
That is true. I'm sorry about that. The senator of
my point of
Florida will have
information has not been answered, Mr. President.
Well, you would ask if...
Senator from Florida still has the floor.
Thank you. The resolution was admitted yesterday. We discussed it yesterday, and we tabled it, and therefore we've moved on, and the resolution is agreed to. Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that says Senate Resolution... Did I just do 14? I believe I did.
Wait.
Yes, you did.
I ask unanimous consent that Senate Resolution 13 be considered read 3 times. That
Point
the
of
motion-
order.
Senator has
I'm
not
not-
finished his motion.
I'm not finished. I ask unanimous consent that Senate Resolution 13 be considered read 3 times, that it be agreed to, and that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Objection.
Point of order.
Objection.
Senator
Objection.
from Senator of Florida will state her objection. I'm sorry.
As me and Liam has debated back then, yesterday, an expulsion requires...
What is this voice?
Ooh?
Point of order, Mr.
I asked
President.
for
There will
I
be
asked
order.
that
There will be order.
I
There will
asked
be
that the
order.
Sen- I asked that the senator from North Carolina received their first warning of the session.
Oh.
No.
Objection.
Anyway.
I second.
Point of order, Mr. President.
That was
Hold on, I'm still
Senator,
saying my
I'm sorry. Hold on. There
objection.
will be order. There will be order. The senator of Florida will continue. Please restate your motion.
Thank
sorry,
you.
whatever
It was
it
an
was.
objection.
Okay.
As I stated with the majority leader, Liam Reagan, I have stated with him that it states in the Constitution that when the chambers want to expel a member, it would need 2/3 of the Senate for a vote.
Mr. President, if I may respond to that.
But does the senator wish to have a response? Senator of Florida.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Mr. President.
point of parliamentary inquiry.
What?
Actually,
That motion,
Mr.
is,
President,
that motion is out of order. The senator of Florida will continue.
actually,
Which
Mr.
one?
President.
There's 3.
Yo, make you be back.
Okay, yeah,
Liam,
Mr. President, actually,
Liam,
under the
minority leader.
resolution that was just agreed to, the third senator from
Whoa,
Florida
whoa,
is
whoa,
actually
no,
to be
no.
removed
Oh,
from
no,
the
there will
floor
be order.
because they were
There
just
was
expelled.
no. We objected. There was a unanimous
No,
consent
you
that
were
we
too late to
objected.
I'm not dealing
objection,
with this yet.
actually.
Let's continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. So Senate Resolution 13 was just agreed to. So the third senator from Florida who is unconstitutionally holding office as it is removed from the chamber and will be excused from the
Mr.
remainder of
President,
the day.
point of order.
Senator from actually, senator is not.
Point of
Hold
order!
the hell up. Hold the hell
Oh
up.
my.
Well,
Hold
no,
I
on.
call
yeah,
for a
Hold
point of
on.
order,
There will
Mr.
be order. There will
President.
be order.
Go.
There will be order.
Vice President, I am now
Point of
speaking on
order.
behalf of the admins. There is nothing in the Constitution saying that there could be two.
Get off. You're not a senator. You're a senator for.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
Point of order, Mr.
Okay.
President.
Okay.
Calm
Okay.
down.
You're not a
This is going
senator.
straight
Get
to
off.
Keith.
Point of order.
Calm down.
Fine. You know what? The senator from South Carolina will say his point of order.
Mr. President, as was previously stated, 2/3 of the Senate is required to vote on an expulsion of a senator, and yet we see that it was passed with unanimous consent, which is absurdly illegal.
A
It's
majority of
actually
our
not illegal. It's actually
Review
not
order.
illegal
Review
because you
order.
didn't object to the resolution. Therefore, it's your fault.
We most definitely did.
That motion was
No.
still not out of
Will be
order.
Three of us
You-
did.
No.
That is
Will be
against
No.
the Senate
Will be order.
rules.
The point of
Find me the
there's
rule
a
then.
point of information
Find me the rule.
called right before, right after.
Actually, no.
You
The
stated
problem.
your-
No.
no,
No.
excuse
Actually,
me, I'm
no.
speaking.
You're
Your senator
excused.
from Georgia was
Mr.
not recognized.
President,
Actually, here's
Go
the
ahead.
problem. No. Here's the
Mr.
problem.
President, I'm
Matter of
speaking.
rule,
order.
it's a
There will be order.
I'm being
Senator-
recognized
Senator,
currently,
Shut
so
shut up.
Leader
Please.
Liam will quiet.
I
Hold
still
up.
have the floor.
I
I
have not
wish to be
even.
Actually,
recognized
I
for
still
a
have the
period
floor.
I
of
have
2
not
minutes.
recognized. I have not recognized you.
I
Senator
call
from
for
This
order.
is a gentleman yield.
There will be order, but there is no order because you senators don't know how to act.
You don't know how to fucking chair, apparently.
Oh.
I do know
What
how
the
to
fuck
chair. You
out?
don't know how to chair.
President,
I
You
shit.
asked for
allowed a
order.
legal
Mr.
expulsion.
President,
I
I'm
asked for
motion to
You do not
order.
know
We
nothing.
had me and Charlotte had to
I
teach
asked
you.
for
You don't even speak
order.
my name. Me and Charlotte had to teach you. So go ahead.
Mr.
Go ahead.
President.
Or
You didn't have to teach me anything.
Mr.
And
President,
that's
President, I motion
unrelated
that
to
we
your
remove-
groups. I don't know what
Mr. President, I
even know
motion
how
that
to
we
do the prayer.
remove Senator Hale from
I
the Senate
object.
session
I
for today.
object. I object. I object.
I
I object.
object.
I object.
You
Senator
allow this
President.
chaos from these other senators.
Hold
You
on.
will
No,
allow
there will
this
be order.
chaos from me
This is-
because you are
I
in.
asked for order.
Everyone, out of role play. Out of role play. Everyone, please be quiet.
The senator from
Everyone,
Georgia is
holy
out
shit!
of order.
Oh my fucking
Senator
god!
from South Carolina will say this objective.
Mr. President, I don't forgot we were rejecting because of this nonsense and this chaos, Mr. President. Like, go ahead and inform me, Mr. President, because
Oh,
Mr.
I'm not
President,
keeping
if it's
track.
an objection, Mr. President, if it's an objection to Senate
It
Resolution
was an
14,
objection.
that's
It was an objection.
that's out of
to
order.
hold on. It was an Senator James Lord was objecting to the motion with unanimous.
oh yes,
That the
oh yes, I
senator
was,
from-
oh yes, I was, Mr. President. Oh yes, I was. It is foolishness that we have a minority leader. I'm going to call him the minority leader because, as far as I know, he ain't the majority leader. A minority leader who is trying to shove a expulsion down our throats. It is a shame. Get your expulsion out of my neck.
Mr. President, out of role play,
This is
real
beyond
quickly.
hood.
Out of role play. Question for Reagan.
Go ahead.
You're claiming that this resolution says that you are there are 3 senators from Florida and there can only be 2. What exactly are we just choosing a senator to remove? If so, I believe you are a senator from Florida. Like who exactly is being removed by this resolution? Is my question.
You are.
Me.
Mr. President,
You are. I'm the senior senator from Florida,
But there will be
and
order. There
Bella's
will be
the
order.
junior senator from Florida.
Senator
asked
from
for order.
Massachusetts. Senator from Massachusetts.
I just like to quickly state upon that. What Mr. James, I think Evans was saying from Florida. I think that what Mr. Reagan is saying is that the other senator from Florida is highly inactive between the 3 of you guys. So, I mean, honestly, which is your pick? Would you rather keep an inactive senator or, expel someone who's, for the most part, pretty active?
Who is the inactive senator?
Yeah, I'm confused.
The other senator from Florida.
There's
Which
3.
one? There's 3.
Give a name.
How's there 3 senators from Florida?
And if I do
That's what I'm
recall,
saying.
we're
It
all
was a
active.
mistake.
But I mean,
It was a
Pardon me.
mistake
Point of
that
order,
administration has
Mr.
done.
President. Mr. President. Point of order.
The
point of
senator from
information
Georgia will
correction.
state his point of order.
Point of information correction.
All right, point of information. Go ahead.
How is there 3 senators from the state of Florida when there's only 2 Senate seats available?
Okay,
It
so
is-
it was an admin
Hold on,
problem.
hold on. You were not recognized. Chair will state that the administration, or I believe the vice president at the time, for some reason, somehow, appointed 3 senators from Florida, in which you can easily just take this to court and have him removed from his job. Because this is unconstitutional. You cannot have 3 senators.
Isn't that what we're doing right now?
Or
Mr.
No, we're
President,
not in court.
I
or we could just
literally
tell
just
admin
did that
to let him
actually.
switch his state. Let him switch his state. I mean,
I've already passed the resolution.
No, you have not. We
Yes,
had
I
3
did.
objections.
Yeah, he actually did.
no, we
No,
objected
sweetheart,
to Senate
actually,
resolution.
you
He
objected
did.
to 13.
He did. Pass. Was it Senate? Was Senate resolution?
I
14?
I passed 14.
You
13 is
did
the one
not
that 3
pass
people objected
14.
to.
Yeah,
That
I
was-
objected to 13.
He
14 was
Unanimous consented
hold
to
on.
14.
14 was passed yesterday because no one actually objected to it. Someone just did a point of order but never objected to the resolution. Which
All
So
right, so
then
then
the
it's settled.
issue, okay, the issue of 14 is settled. The issue of
Uh,
13 is now
Okay,
the
well,
issue.
14, however, does not state a senator. You're saying remove a senator from Florida.
it
How,
says expelled
like,
Senator James Evans.
Mr. President, may I read the bill?
where is that?
Mr.
Yeah, read the
President,
bill, read the bill, read the bill.
Senate Resolution 14, expulsion of James Evans, Senator James Evans, in the United States Senate, May 7, 2023. Mr. Reagan has introduced the following bill, a resolution to expel Senator James Evans, whereas it is found that the senator is unconstitutionally serving as a third senator from my home state of Florida. The Constitution explicitly only allows 2 senators from each state. There was a name listed.
Yeah, sorry, that's my bad. I skipped over that. Question: where exactly does it say that there can only be 2 senators in our Constitution?
What?
In our Constitution.
Oh my God.
In our
I think,
our Constitution is very
Section
different.
3 of Article 2, if I'm correct.
If this group allows 3 senators,
It's
The
crazy.
Senate of the United States should be composed of 20 senators split equally into 2 classes, each being composed of 10 members serving for a term of 120 days. The first class ending its term on the 60th day of its first term, and the second class ending its term on the 120th day of its first term, with each subsequent term being equal in length. When an incumbent shall vacate,
okay, so I
blah
think
blah blah blah
that's
blah
enough.
blah blah blah.
Senator from Georgia is not recognized.
I'm just trying not to waste our
Mr.
time.
President,
Mr.
Senator from Florida. Senator from Florida.
I would like to call for a 5-minute recess to review something.
Is
I
there a
second
object,
to
Mr.
the motion.
President. I object.
Senator from Florida State is
The
objecting.
vice president cannot
It was
object.
a
I didn't object, dumbass.
no. You asked for a
Who said that?
second, not an objection.
Pardon me.
Okay,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
President, the matter is settled. The gentleman has been